Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to do an animation morph between any mesh of your choice. We'll be using Blender geometry nodes to do this, but in this lesson, I'll be doing the morph between a plastic can and a soda can. Okay, this method is great for procedural modeling, allowing for easy adjustments and clean topology. Let's dive right in. Open Blender if you don't have Blender open. Mine is here already. And then select everything and delete it. I'll be in my front orthographic view, not working. Okay, I think I need to enable this. Okay, cool. Yeah, front orthographic view, and then I'll need to drag in my reference. So for you, if you're not using the Blender 4.2, you will have to come to add and then image and then image reference and the likes. I think this, yep, this is one, and then I'll just drag the other one in. Okay, yeah, cool. So I'll just name you water bottle. I'm going to use shorts code naming, and I'll name this soda can. Okay, and this collection, I'm going to name this collection reference. Okay, and please make sure you're in a front orthographic view so that when you drag your image, it's just going to be like that on your screen. But even still, let me just explain. Okay. So let's say I'm in like my perspective view, for example, and I import my image. And you see, it's going to be deformed like this, but I don't want that. Anyways, you can still correct it. Just click on it and press Alt R to reset your rotation, and then you can now rotate back to like RX90. Okay, so here it is. Okay, another thing I want to do is to make them transparent. So select this, let's say 0.2 is fine. Select the water bottle opacity and then 17.2. Okay, cool. Next thing to do, I'll hide the water bottle, or we can call it a plastic can. You know what, let's make plastic can. Yep, so PC. Okay, and then guys, look at this, right? So I want to trace around my mesh like this. Okay, and to do that, very easy. I'll press Shift A and I'll add in plane. I'll go to edit mode and then I'll press M to measure center. Okay. Before this, I would like to do that in another collection. I want this to be my reference collection. So I'll click on scene collection and then I'll click on this new icon here. And then I'll add in, let's call this soda can collection. Oh, let me turn on my lighter. Okay, cool. So next thing to do, while this soda can collection is enabled, is selected, I'll press Shift A and I'll add in a mesh plane. I'll go to edit mode, M to measure center. Okay, all the vertices have been measured center. I go back to my front orthographic view and then I'll move this up around there somewhere. And then I'll extrude in the x-axis once, extrude around here, and then extrude down. And then I'll extrude some more around here. Just position is okay, it's fine. And then I'll extrude so that this point, right? This point is going to touch the x-axis. Right? So to get it to touch accurately in the x-axis, it's very simple. In your end panel, under your transform vectors, so just press 0 and to snap. So that's fine. So let's do some more. I'll select this. Okay, so I'll select this point and then I'll press Ctrl Shift B to bevel vertex. That's how you bevel a vertex. Ctrl Shift B. I think somewhere around there is fine. And then I'll select you, Ctrl Shift B. Okay, that's fine. Oh, before I do this, select this to right click, subdivide, select this one, and then I'll just adjust it somewhere around here. Now I'll select all three of them, Ctrl Shift B, and then I'll bevel. Nice. Let's see. Beautiful. So I'll name this one soda can body. And then again, I'll go and add another plane. Go to edit mode, select, dear Lord. Go to edit mode, select everything, merge at center. And then I'll drag this one just up. I want to do the cover. And then I'll extrude the x-axis around here. And then I'll extrude down around there. And then I just want it to be like slightly on top. Sorry. Yeah, just slightly on top. Okay. So as usual, I said I want this to be in 0x. So I'll select it and type 0. Confirm with the other one. Okay. So I'll select this two like this. I don't want to. Select this two like this. And then I'll subdivide. Select this one and just drag it out. Now select all three. Ctrl Shift P superfluous. Yep. Beautiful. So I'll name this one so that I can cover. Okay, beautiful name convention. I'm done with the soda can. So I'm going to hide that, bring in the plastic can. So for the soda can collection, I'm going to hide the soda can collection. And then I'll click on my scene collection and then click on new folder to add in collection. And then I'll name this one PLASTIC plastic can. So with that, I'm going to do something, add in a plane, go to edit mode, merge at center, and then so yeah, I can name this one plastic can body. Okay, cool. Next for the cover, I'll just, shift D to duplicate this point, P separate by selection. So now I have it here, and I name it plastic can cover. So go to edit mode while it's selected, and then I can extrude in the x-axis, extrude in the z-axis. Okay, extrude, extrude, and extrude. Snap it to the X0. Okay. So Ctrl Shift B. Yep. Same thing to you. Okay, so this is our cover. Save your work, guys. I'll name it Morphing. Okay, so that's that. So now I can close my reference folder. I don't need it anymore. Okay, so we are done tracing the cover and body for the plastic can. So let's move a step forward. So I'm going to add this collection. I don't need it. And then I'll go to my front photographic view one more time. Now let's bring in the soda can. So now I want the soda can to be like on the same place, like matching the bottom of the plastic can. Okay, I think something around here is fine. And then now I'm going to apply my location. Very important. Check this, apply location. Check this, apply location. This, okay, this is already fine. So now next thing to do, I'm going to add in the geometry nodes. Okay, what is Blender geometry nodes? That's a good question. Okay, Blender's geometry node is a node-based system in Blender that allows you to create, modify, and manipulate 3D objects procedurally. Instead of manually modeling objects, you use a series of connected nodes to define the shape, the structure, and transformation dynamically. This approach makes it easy to create parametric designs, automate repetitive tasks, and experiment with different procedural effects without altering the original object. See guys, if you can understand Blender's geometry nodes, there are so many amazing things you can make, like so many amazing things. Literally. Like the Beautify add-on, for example. That's a good add-on you want to check out, guys. Yeah. Okay, so with this, I'm going to disable both of them, like hide them. So I'm going to hide them, and then I'll add in a mesh. Okay. So now you cannot when you want to add geometry nodes, I cannot add geometry nodes to this particular object, right? It's going to cause me problems, okay? And I don't want that. So that's why I had to like bring in a cube, okay? So let's go to geometry nodes. Nothing is happening here. So you have to click new. Make sure you click new. And then let's just pin it so that it won't disappear. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to name this, what should I name it now? Let's see, Morph, MRPHNG, Morphing. Okay, cool. So inside here, and now I'm going to add in an object info node. Don't worry guys, just follow my steps, follow my leads, okay? So object info node, and I'm going to select the plastic can body. You see nothing is going to happen. So this is the input, this is the output. So now I'm going to drag the geometry here. So geometry, and voila. You see? Beautiful. That's not all. Let's, we'll be going a step at a time, okay? So the next thing I want to do is now convert this from mesh to curves. Yeah, to curves. To do that, I'll press Shift A and I'll search for curve. So mesh to curve rather. Mesh to curve, cool. Mesh to curve, right? So the next thing again is resample. What does the resample do? For you to be able to move between two objects, it is good that both objects has the same amount of count, okay? The same amount of vertices. Yeah. So now to do that, I'm going to add in another node called resample. Resample curve, and just look what's gonna happen. You see, low poly, because our count is 10. So if I should move this to, let's say, around 200, you see, beautiful. We have this. Okay, we can delete this. We don't want it anymore. Are you with me, guys? I hope so. So same drill. Let's just duplicate this, Shift D, and then let's move it down a bit. And then let's change this from the plastic can to the soda can body. And then you can connect this to this. You see? You can. Okay? So let's go forward again. I'm going to connect this. I'm going to connect this to this. Okay? And then I want to add another node called set position nodes. But I want to do something, right? So if you look at here, the control point here, you see that we have 200. You want to see, okay, yeah. Yes, it's 200. That was because we make our count to be 200. So like, let's do something. Let's add another node called integer node. Integer. Okay. So that's 200, and then I can connect this to this so that I can easily change the number between both of them. If I put 300, you see our control points have changed to 300 over here. Okay, can you see that? Awesome. So let's put this node somewhere around there. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, let's move between the can and the plastic can and the soda can. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so guys, now we can now move between both objects. To do that, we need to get the set position of our meshes. Okay, so we need to know their position, and one of the ways to do that is to add in a node called the set position nodes. Set position nodes, right? Okay, let's zoom in. set position node. Let's drag it in between this as lines. And then let's add in another node called the mix color. Cool. Let's connect the result of the color to position. And then you can see nothing is happening. No, position. Yeah, so it's going to disappear, right? So next thing, now we cannot connect the resample to just here like this is showing red, which means is wrong. So to get the position of our mesh, you need to add a node called the position node. And then another node that you want to add is called the transfer attribute node. But in Blender 4.2, this node has been split and its functionality is now achieved using a combination of more specialized nodes that enhance flexibility and clarity in attribute operation. Okay, so you can ask, what does transfer attribute node do in Blender? As the name says, it helps to transfer data from one mesh to another, such as colors and weight and other stuff like that. Yeah, you can do those transfer. Okay, so for us here, we want the position. Okay, so while the position node is there, now I'm going to add in the sample index node. Okay, is it, and then I will change the data type from float to vector, and then I will connect position to value, and then I will connect the resample curve to geometry. So now, and then I will connect the value to point A. We can still see nothing. That's okay. That's because of the index node. Okay, because even if you put a value here, index value, nothing still pops up. Okay, so now how do we go on about it? It's simple. You can come and search for index node. Okay, and then let's connect the index node to our index, and you can see this, the plastic can is there. Okay, so next let's do for the soda body. I'll press Ctrl Shift D. Now move it down. Oh, I will disconnect this one. Okay, and then I will connect this one to it, and then connect this to this. So when I move the axle, are you saying it's going to morph between the plastic can and the soda can? Yeah. Okay, so let's rearrange our nodes. I would like my nodes to be rearranged. I need to somewhere here. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Okay, I'm going to speed through this. I need to just arrange my nodes as well. Okay, nodes are arranged. So let's go ahead. Now the next thing I want to do is I would want to group all this together. Or rather, it's not group. I want to frame them together. While I'm not selecting them like this, I'll press Ctrl J and then F2 to name it, and I'll name you Morph, MRPH, Morph. Okay, let's just give it some colors just because I can do that. Let's give it a color of purple. Okay. Sorry people, I just like organizing my scene. Okay, so now the next thing to do is to add in an effector. An effector is like something that's going to drive our morphing. Okay, instead of coming to the factor here and be tampering the factor up and down like this, also that's going to be on our 3D viewport that is going to do that driving for us. Okay, so to get the effector, it's simple. I'll add in another empty object of your choice. Let's scale this to be too not familiar. That's fine. So it's fine. Okay, so after scaling it, I want to add the object info node of this. So I'll just click on from the outliner. I'll click and drag it here. So automatically it gives me the object info, and I also want the position of this particular node. Okay, so I'll just duplicate from here, Shift D to duplicate. I see it's going to be moving. I'll press Alt P to cancel that, to leave the frame. So now I can drag it somewhere around here. Okay, so now I want to add the position and the location. Okay, I want to get the position and location because I want this guy to be the one that is going to drive the morphing between the can and the soda, between the plastic can and the soda can. Okay, so to do that, let me maximize my screen. I'm going to bring in the add modifier. So passive modifier, the vector add node, vector match node. Yeah, matches in Blender. Yep. So I'll drag the position to here, and then I'll drag the location to here. So literally we're saying add the position plus the object itself location. Okay, and then if you connect it here like this, you see, when you move this around, it's going to now drive the morphing. Are you seeing it? See, you can go X, right? You can do Z. You see, it's working. Okay, so but I don't want that. I want the animation to just morph from top down, like this. Okay, well, as you can see, also I'm moving it like this, it is going the reverse. When it's going up, it's morphing to the can. When it's coming down, it's morphing to the plastic can. No, I don't want that. I want it to follow in order. So instead of adding, I'll switch this to subtract. Okay, so now when I go up, it's coming here, and when I go down, it's coming down. Do you understand? Yes, you do. Okay, so let's do another one. I also want the scale of the object. Okay, I want the scale of this particular object. Okay, so to do that, I'll press Shift D to duplicate this, and I'll switch it from this to add. So now I'll connect vector to vector, which means the output of this I'll connect it to here, and then the scale I'll connect to here. So now it is this node I will drag up here to the vector. Okay, sorry, I'm using shortcut and actor. Yeah, so now when I move, you see nothing is happening. Not really. If I scale this, it's gonna, I see, when I scale it, do like this. Yeah, that's because we added the scale to it. That's fine. So I will now switch to, I'll add on down to call this separate XYZ, and I'll connect it here. Alt P, please. Yep, come down. So now I want to switch this from the X, I want to switch to the Z. So I'll drag this to the Z. Okay, so if I move in the X, nothing is going to happen. If I move in the Y, nothing is going to happen. But if I move Z, you see, now it's working because I want it to move just in the Z axis. Do you understand, people? Yeah, you do. I'm answering for you. Okay, so I need to rearrange my notes. How do I go about arranging this? Let's see. Sorry. So I'm going to fast forward this again, okay? Okay, so here you have it. Let's convert. Now we are done with like the basics. Okay, if you move in the Z, it's going to morph, right? So now let's convert this. Let's convert it to mesh, because what we have now is a curve and it's just a single line. Okay, let's convert it to mesh. To be able to convert this to mesh, it's a simple step. Yeah, it's a simple step. Let's move this backward a bit. Let's drag this guy somewhere around here. Okay. So now let's add another node called curve to mesh. Remember we did mesh to curve. So let's do curve to mesh. Curve to mesh. Okay. And let's put it in between. I'm going to put it in between the resample node and the index node. Okay. Connect it. So this one that came here, we're going to change it to profile curve. You see, it's going to be wonky. Don't worry, that's fine. And then let's drag this one out and let's look for let's say curve, see our curve circle. Is it curve circle? And then yep, let's put it. Let's put someone here. Okay, that's fine. Nothing is happening. Don't worry, fear not. Now for this, let's add another node called the transform. Let's see. I think under geometry operations. Yeah, transform geometry node, and let's connect it here. Just connect this, connect it to this, and you should have this beautiful looking shape over here. Well, let's move this up. Let's have this is the bottle. It was like that because we were somewhere around here, you know, in between them, and nothing was happening. Okay, so let's just take it up, and you can see that it's too big. So let's reduce our radius here to like 0.00 in. Let's see if that 0 is going to look like. Okay, 0.001 is the smallest, and yeah, that is right. Okay, so once again, let me remap. Sorry, let's remap the nodes. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the can, okay? Because if we morph down, see, nothing. Yeah, okay, nothing. So let's do it. So for this one, let's just press H to hide it. That's fine. So let's duplicate all three of them. Shift D, and then let's just move it here. So let's connect the transform node to the transform, and then let's connect the mesh to this. Voila. You see, I told you, geometry node is easy. Okay, so we'll have this. If you move up, is this. If you move down, is this. You see, simple. So let's animate this. Okay, let's switch this to I'm not go my front photographic view. Let's switch this to the timeliner. Okay, and then let's bring this up. Okay, let's go. I think let's do 3 meters. No, 3 is too small. It's touching. Let's do 4 meters up, and then right click, insert a single keyframe, and then let's go to 50 frames. Maybe I will tamper with it later. 50 frames later, and then let's come to the negative axis -4. So right click and then insert single keyframe. So and then let's select a resin T and I want to use linear. Okay, so and then come here, then control and okay. So yeah, you have this beautiful. So that's not all. We still have some other stuff to do. Okay, so guys, let's continue. So I want the mesh that touches the effector, right? It touches the effector to scale out, okay? Like when it touches it, it should scale out just to give some kind of effect to it. So when it touches, you know, I want it to scale out a bit, okay? It's just plain. So to do that, you know what? Let me arrange my scene some more, okay? Let's drag this to, like, let's drag from here to here like this, okay? And then let's press Ctrl G to group them together, and then press Tab to exit. So select this and then rename it. Let's name you let's say so that on this plastic 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 can, okay? Meaning don't Ctrl X. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So let's select this as well, and then press Ctrl D, and then let's name this soda can. Okay, so we can bring them together a bit. Ctrl-X, and now this integer, Ctrl-X, this integer, we can name you to be amount of vert. Amount of vert. Okay? Please, let's use 200. Be careful with geometry nodes, okay? Don't just add values when you're working, even to pressure not touch or your system. Okay, so I said that I want the mesh to like scale out. The mesh when the effector touches the mesh, I want it to scale out a bit, okay? And to do that is very easy. So let's add in a vector math node. Let's search for math. Let's put it there, and then let's add another node called the normals. Okay, Shift A, search for normals. So I know where not all of them share, but I know where some of the nodes are, but I cannot be looking for them all the time. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm just searching, which is faster. Then I'll connect the vector to the offset. See, it's adding. So let's switch this to scale instead. Yeah, I want let me drag it out. I want this to be the control. So I'll drag this one here. Okay. So when I move up and down, it's working, but it's ugly. Okay. Well, to fix this node should be here. Okay. It should be here. And I should add another set position node and disconnect this. So I'll now connect this to the offset instead, and then yeah. Okay, that's one step forward. The next thing to do now is to add a float node. So let's search for floats. Float curve. Let's connect it here. I'm zooming in so that you see what I want to do. So I'll drag this one here. It's going to be 0, and then I'll drag the profile, I think somewhere around here is fine. So let's say it looks like. Yep, I using that effect. So it is what we drew. So if I should do like this, I see. So you should draw any effect of your choice. But be careful not to draw something ugly. Let's say, I think this is fine, right? Sorry guys. I'm just having fun with this, okay? So, save your work. Blender's not your friend, can crash. Okay, guys, so I would like to organize my scene a bit, okay? So, I want to like do a little bit of cleanup, okay? Let's leave this mute and yeah. Let's do this. Okay, so let's select all of this and then Ctrl G. Okay, so if I should press play, I see that stuff we did. Cool. Okay, next let's delay the animation a bit, right? Let's slow it, let's give a delay effect to it, like a delay effect to it. But first of all, I'm going to name this one to be transition effects. Okay. So to do that, I just need to duplicate this node, okay? Should be to duplicate, and I'll drag you here. And this value, okay, I'll connect a math node to it. And then I'll connect this to this. Let's name this one delay effects. Oh no, sorry, that's fine. But please, always check this. You see, it said display number of user of this data. So let's do display, so it has to be a single user. Okay, let's play. What do we have? Okay, that's fine. But let's increase our value here. Let's say 0.7. What do we have? Let's say 0.8. Okay, this is odd. It's making it faster. I didn't check it. I was supposed to slow it to subtract. Okay. Yeah, it's delaying a bit. Yeah, it's delaying. But let's increase our time so that it will be slower. Let's try 80 frames. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So let's try 0.8. I like this. I like this. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. Okay, so let's add the cover for the can, the plastic can, and then the cover for the soda can. Okay, but first of all, let me explain something I've done off screen or off camera. So the effector, before I used this, an empty plane axis. Okay, so I've seen that depending on the effector you are using and the size of the effector and the scale of the effector, it's going to deform your work appropriately. And I've seen that I prefer the circle gives me the effects I like more than the other empty object I use as an effector. Okay, so with that explained, I'm going to delete the other ones. Now let's proceed. I want to add in the cover for the can, and then the cover for the soda can, the plastic can first. So to do that, I can just scroll down and take this one. Okay, I'll just shift D to duplicate, and then I'll drag it somewhere around here, and then I'll press here to make single user, and then I can name it plastic can cover. Okay, so now I'll press tab to go into the node. Let me quickly arrange it. Okay, so this is what I have, but now I have to remove this and then select the plastic can cover. It's there, but we can't see nothing. That's because if you come to our exit back to the parent node, let's remove this, and then if you click this, and this is what we have. But now if you put in a value here, let's use 50 for example. I think this is better. While I use 50 is because of if I use 200, you see the mesh is dense. I don't like this much dense mesh, so that's why I'll use 50 for now. If I have problem with the transition effect, or as the case may be, then I can easily just make it 200 with the others. Okay, so now you can see that we can only have one geometry at a time connected to the output. You see, one geometry at a time that can connect to the output. So to be able to see both geometries, all I have to do is to add let's go to geometry, join geometry, add another node. So now if I connect this to this, you see, voila. Okay, so this is what we have. And now the effector is not affecting the cover. So for us to be able to make the effector affect the cover, and I also want to animate the cover too. But before I can animate the cover and do some other editing on it, I will have to see. If I select this, you can see that the origin of the cover is in the middle here, right? And I don't want that, because to be able to do the animation, the origin needs to align with the cover. And one of the ways to easily do that is I will have to Shift A, and I'll add transform geometry nodes. Okay, I'll connect it here. Let me go to X-ray view. So that's what I want to do, and then I will type minus 1.56. You see, I'll snap it there, and then I can rename this one, move to origin. Okay, origin. Okay, and then I will duplicate this and then put it here, and I will say correct origin, or whatever the case may be. Then I will remove the minus sign. You see, it will snap back up. Okay, so now I can hide both of them. Okay, so to animate the position of the bottle cap, we need a node called the translate node. So if I should come here and I say search for translate instance, and I'll put it just after, you see it will give me an error. That's because we have a mesh, right? But this is an instance and which is not going to work. So I will need to add in another node called let's just see, under geometry to instance, and then I'll plug it here. Okay, so you see the moment I plug this in here, you can see that error sign has disappeared. So this is the correct way to go about it. Okay, so the next thing to do is to see if I should press the space bar to play it, still nothing, it's not yet affecting it. So I want the effector to affect the cover too. I already have it here, so I can just drag this. So now when I do, you see it's affecting it, but it's having some weird deformations. You see, yeah. So you can see that I have that weird deformation. So one thing I want to do, I shouldn't have plugged the node into the input. That is very wrong of me, because the input is what is giving the value of the cover. What I would have done rather is to connect it to the translate node. But to be able to do that, I will need because I want it to move in the z-axis just like what we have there. So I will need to add the XYZ, combine XYZ, okay, and then I will just drag the vector to translate, and you see immediately it starts working. Okay, so this is what we have. But see, it's just going up and up and up and up like that. That's not what we want. We want it to go up, scale that a bit, come down. Okay, so to be able to do that, so to be able to make it go up and down and then disappears, I will need to add in another mesh called the float curve node. Rather, I will need to add another node called the float curve node, and then I will make here so this is 0, this is 1. Okay, if I should click here and make here 1, and then click on this one and make it 0, so you can see that when you play the animation, you see it goes up and down. So that's one step forward. So what this means is that if I go to the beginning of the animation, this is 0, and then as I am moving through, this is 1, the highest point is 1. Okay, and then when I go back down, so this is 0, so it goes up from 0, 1, 0, but we want the cover to disappear. So to be able to do that, which means the minimum value here, so let's increase the minimum value. I'll click on this icon here, and minimum Y, how do I know is Y? Y is up and down. Okay, so the minimum Y, I'll click here and I'll say -2, and then I'll click on this drop down area and I'll say reset curve, and then extend the horizontal. Okay, so now this value here I can now drag to be -2. So let's see what's going to happen by -2. You see, so it goes this 0 minus this 0, sorry, 1, this is 1, the highest point, and then it goes -2. -2, look at it, it's just somewhere inside our mesh, the body. Okay, I saying? Okay, so remember to save your work, guys. Okay, so to animate the scale, add in another instance, and I'll say the scale instance, and I'll connect it here. Okay, so after adding the scale instance, if you play it, you still don't have any effect of the scale because nothing is actually driving the scale because everything is 111, okay, which is the original size. So to be able to work on that, let's shift D to duplicate the float curve, and then let's connect this to this, and then let's connect the effector to the value, and then let's reset the value. Okay, sorry, let's reset the curve. So let's do something. So when this is, are you saying this upside down, because this point here is -2 because it's scale and it's flipped to the other side, and then this is +2. So to be able to do that, which is minimum y is -2, let's reset it back to 0, and then maximum y is 2. I prefer it to be 2. This is fine. I can adjust the value some more. After that, I can come in and I'll say reset view, and then I'll say reset curve. Okay, so if I go to the beginning of the animation, which is this is 0, we don't want it to be 0 because when I disconnect this, our scale here is to be 1, so which means the original size is supposed to be 1. So while this is selected, I'll come here and press 1, so you can see original size 1, and then I'll select the ending, and then I'll make it 0. So what it means is that by the end of the animation, it's going to scale out and turn 0. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I want to click the middle, and then I will make the value to be like 1.5. Okay, so if you scrub through the animation, if you check, you see it goes from this one to like 1.5 and then back to 0. It scales out. Okay, see, and then that's it. The sculpture, scale, and yeah. So for the rotation, the same thing. Let's add another instance called the rotate instance, and then let's connect it. Okay, so but this time around, instead of adding a float curve, what I'm going to add is called the map range. So let's add in the map range. Let's have it somewhere here, and then let's connect the effector to the value. Okay, and then let's connect the results to our rotate, but we want it to rotate because if you press play now, you see it's rotating everywhere. We want it to rotate in the x-axis. All you have to do, let's just get the combine XYZ and then make sure it is connected to the X. Okay, so when you scrub through the animation, let's see, it's going to rotate in the X, but let's delay the animation time a bit. And to be able to do that is just to max, let's give it a value of 6, or let's just say 8 for example, and let's play our animation. Let's see. Okay, so that is that. Next thing I would like to do is to organize my scene. I have to select everything around here, and I press Ctrl G inside the node, and then then I'll press tab back to go to the parent node. Let's just arrange our scene for some time. So let's name this one. This is going to be plastic cover animation. Okay guys, so let's do the same for the soda can cover. It's very easy. So all you have to do is to duplicate this node, and then let's move it down. Let's make single user, and then let's rename this will be soda can animation, and then let's connect the effector to it, and then let's connect this to the geometry, to the join geometry nodes, Then let's go inside the node. Let's come here. Remember, make single user again, and then let's come into the node, and then let's change from the plastic can cover to the soda can cover. And then we can go back one step by pressing the tab. And then we don't need both of this. Sorry, Ctrl X to dissolve it. You see, but we're having a little error here. To fix that, let's reverse the node, because we don't want, as this one is coming down like this, we want, we want the soda can to do the cover to do the opposite of what the plastic can cover is doing. And then all we have to do is to come here and add a math node, and then let's multiply it by negative, let's say -1, and then let's see. So yep, almost there. And then let's delay the animation. Let's use the subtract to delay. Let's use 1.5. Let's see. Okay. And then I also want to do this. I want to switch this. Let's take it to, let's say 1. No, 1 is too much. Let's go so there. Let's see what we have there. Okay. Let's watch our animation one more time. Okay guys, so let me explain. After I have delayed the animation for this amount of time and I multiply to reverse the animation, right? So the next thing I did, I was not getting what I wanted around for the soda can cover. So all I had to do was to come to the first float curve and then use the value I use, -2 for minimum Y and maximum Y was 1. And then I made this first point here to be 0, and then the last points to be -2, and then the midpoint to be 1, okay? So that we have this smooth transition. Are you saying? So it comes out, scalars, and then falls back to its original position. Okay, so let's play. Okay, cool. So the next thing I would want to do now, I know some of you are saying there's another thing. Yes, there is. Let's texture it. We can't leave our stuff like this, right? Let's give it some nice textures. So let's add the materials for the soda can and the plastic bottle. So let's come to the, let's click and then come to the material menu, and then let's add in material, 3 materials, and then let's name it, let's see, let's name this one to be plastic can cover. Let's do MAT material underscore plastic can cover. So material underscore soda can cover, and then the last one will be material underscore can body and soda body. Okay, So in the geometry node, all I have to do is this. I will add in a node called set material. Okay, set material, and then I'll duplicate it 2 more times. Okay, for this one, I want this one to be the can body and the soda can, and then this one wanna be plastic, and then this one wanna be the soda can. Okay, so let me unpin. So let me turn on render preview. So go to my shading editor. Let's switch this to a shading editor, and then let's press the on button to see our principal BSDF. Okay, so let's use our color to be, for this, let's use blue for this one, and then for the soda can, let's use a gray. Okay, and then if you go forward, there's it, a gray. Okay, so for the body of the plastic can and then the body for the soda can, what I'm going to do is I want to max the material between both of them since they are sharing one shader. So what I'm going to do is to add in, okay, let me first of all duplicate the principal node, and then shift right click, control shift click, and then let me show you. So I can control shift right click to add in a mix shader to mix between both the principal BSDF top and the principal BSDF bottom. And then next thing I want to do, I want to add in a color ramp. So search for ramp, color ramp, and then I want the color ramp to be connected to the factor, and then I want to add in a gradient texture. So I'll search for gradient texture to be somewhere around here. But first thing, you're not going to see the gradient. Let me show you what I want to do. So for this one, let's call this color, let's give it blue. Okay, and then let's give this one green. Okay, so let's connect the gradients to the factor, and then let's press Ctrl T. While please make sure you're selecting the gradients color first, the gradients node, before you press Ctrl T. So now we're having this transition is too smooth. Let's make it harsh. So to make it harsh, let's just let's change the color ramp to constant. Nothing is showing, so you just have to drag this one. Yep, I think somewhere around here. We'll adjust it as we go. Let's see what's going to happen. So this is fine. Okay, so I want to add another effector that is going to max between, as in another effector that is going to change between the shaders. Okay, to be able to do that, let's add in another MC. Or you know what, let's just duplicate the MC that we have here. Where is it? There you are. So let's duplicate it. You see, it already has our animation on it, but I will need to edit this stuff again. So let's name it material effector. So I'll name it material effector, and then when I press play, are you seeing this was happening? But this is not what I want. I need to drive it. So to drive it, I will switch this instead of generated. So instead of generated, I'm going to switch this to object, connect it to vector, you see, and then I will now select our object, which is the material effector. So if I should play this stuff, nothing is still happening. but I want my material to be coming from top bottom. So I will select the effector, and then let's rotate. Okay, I'll select the effector and I'll rotate in the Y 90 degrees. Are you seeing this? So this is how it's going to be. And then when you press play, see, let's check. Yep, I think I like this. No, I don't like this. Okay, so I need to work on the animation. So I think I like it like that. Yeah, I prefer it like this. It's fine. Save your work. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, let me check one more thing. I think around here. Yep, around here. Let's let's add some noise to it. Yeah, let's add some noise texture to it to just make it okay. So to do that, let's drag this one here. So let's add in mix RGB, which is mix color, before the mapping, and then let's in this other color, let's drag it out and let's add in noise. So let's search for noise and go IS. So color B, and then let's reduce the scale. Let's see what we have first. Let's play this. Okay, I think this effect is nice, right? Okay, let's reduce the scale. Let's try 2. Let's say increase it. Let's say 8. I think this is nice. I like it. You can let's see. Let's give it more details. Let's say 4. Let's see what we have. Yep, I like the 4 details. If I reduce the details, the 0 is fine. Detail of 2 is fine. 4 is beautiful. I don't know, guys. Just any one of your choice. Any one of your choice, guys. You can even use distortion, you see, and add some nice distortion on it. So guys, any one of your choice, just play with the values to get what you want, okay? So let's proceed. So let's add in the UV map to it so that we can add in some textures, okay? So to do that, let's go back to our geometry node editor, okay? So press the on key to bring everything back. So select the bottle. So select the plastic and press tab to go into it, and then let's search for capture attribute, and let's connect it. Let's connect it before the curve circle, and then let's shift it to duplicate it and connect it here too. And then let's switch from let's see, point is fine. Let me see. CAAT capture attribute. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we need to capture the parameter of the curve circle and the spline. Okay, so to be able to do that, we need to add another node that's going to help us in capturing those details that we want, of which we need to search for a node called spline parameters. See, let's search for spline parameters. So let's drag it somewhere. Let's put it here, and then we want the factor E, and then here, and then add a combine X, Y, Z, and then connect, and then let's connect this, and then let's connect this, and then let's drag this to the vector, the group output. Okay, Okay, so this is what we have. After you finish connecting this to this point here, so press tab to go outside of to go to the parent node tree, and then let's drag the vector. Let's drag it to connect to our group output here. Now I am being tempted to rearrange this, of which I'm going to fall for the temptation. Now I will come to my geometry node in the modifier panel, and then I will open the output. On that vector, I'm going to name this UV map. You can name it whatever you want. This vector that we connected here, so I'm naming it here to be UV map. So I just named the attribute. So let's go back to the shader editor, and then let's go back to 0. Let's go back to 0. So I will see our can. Okay. So for this plastic can, remember the video we did. What we actually did was that you can give it where is it? Okay, is it? Oh, I switched between both of them, but that's fine. So you know that the body around here is what has the name of the plastic can, but this time around I'm not going to give it any name because this video is going to take forever. So I'm going to reduce the roughness. It's add, and then the index of refraction for a can is about 1.4. Okay, so 1.3 to 1.7. So let's just use 1.4, and then I'm going to give transmission width to be 1. Give it time. Yep. And then let's see. I want to make it. Let's reduce the transparency a bit. No, let's leave the transparency to be 1. Let's switch our color to like pink, sky blue. Okay. Okay, so let's correct the, like as I was saying, it is body that's rather somewhere around here that has the label for the bottle, but like I told you earlier, I'm not going to do that because it's going to take forever to explain. So let's do something different. Let's add in another shader called the transparent shader. Let's put it here, and then let's Ctrl Shift right click to add the mix shader to mix between both of them, and then let's give a factor of 6.5 to give it some transparency. So let's turn down the roughness, and then let's give it the same color. I think I should let's make it a bit bluish, just slightly blue. Okay, that's fine. So let's come to transmission and give it a weight of 1. Okay, so this is stuff transparent. Okay. Okay, so that's that. I might want to, do some more editing, but I'm going to ignore that because I don't want the video to be longer than what it already is. Then for this one, I'm going to add in an image texture for the soda can. What texture should I use? Okay, let's see if we can use the Shrop's texture. So for the next material, which is the soda can, I want to use an image texture. So I'm going to drag in my image texture. Yep. So this is it. Is here. But first, to be able to use the image texture, we need to make sure that the can is UV'd. Yep. So we're going to do UV unwrapping inside of geometry nodes. So let me switch back to the geometry node workspace. Press the home key to zoom down on everything. And then, okay, so click on the plastic can, go into the plastic can nodes. So here, that will capture the attribute for the spline, the curve, and the object to capture the attribute, and then we're using the spline parameters. So what does the spline parameter do? So since I am using curve to generate my mesh, right? I did, this is the object info, this is mesh to curve, and then I resampled before all this other stuff. So literally my mesh is a curve. So since I am using the curve, the best way to generate my UVs is to utilize the spline parameters and then storing it in a UV attribute that I'm going to use. Just follow me, okay? So the capture attribute is to capture the values from here, and then I add in a spline parameter, okay? Shift A and add in a spline parameter. You've seen that previously, and then connect the factor to factor for both of them. Okay, so proceed with the UV. See, if I should connect this to the base color of the material, you see nothing is working because we've not UV'd. So to continue with that, remember that I connected the combined XYZ, so the vector, the group output vector here, and then I came down here and I connected from here the vector, and I connected it down to this point. Let's adjust this. Okay, and then I connected it to this point. I don't need this trash. Okay. And then I connected to the group output, which gives me this vector, and I named it to be UV map. So let's copy it. And then with that, let's come here and then press Ctrl T to add texture coordinates. But we'll not be using the texture coordinates. Let's cancel it. Let's search for a node called the attributes. Yep. So let's connect vector to vector, and then just give it make sure you paste the same name on it, UV map. And then I'm sure you see the texture now. Bravo. But you see our texture is flipped. To be able to correct that, you can, we don't need the Z since we're in the XY Z in UV map. You can come here and let's give it minus value. Okay, you see this stuff that is coming here. If you keep adjusting your value here, you see, it's still giving us some weird deformations. So to correct that, let's just leave it in X and Y to be 1, 1. Let's come back to our geometry nodes. Select the plastic can, go into the geometry nodes of the plastic can. So before the converts to mesh, let's add in another node called the map range. Map range node, and let's connect it into the factor, okay? And then let's duplicate the node and let's connect for the Y. So this is for the X. Let's just take it up so that will, sorry, too much up. That's for the X and this is for the Y. So for the X value, let's give this to be like 0.1, and then the max is going to be 1, 0, 1. Okay, so for the Y value, let's first of all move the max to be 0. You see, there will be no figure around here. And then let's give it for main, let's give it I think let's say 0.75. Yep, that worked. You see, yeah, that worked. So back to our shading workspace. Let's now make this stuff metallic. Let's tune down the roughness a bit, let's make it more glossy. And then transmission, that's fine. Okay. Yes, it's fine. If you want to give this a separate, like the bottom, a separate UVs, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that. I think this video is long enough. So here you go. You can have this rendered. I see. Yeah, I think the noise. Let's turn down the scale. Let's reduce it. Let's give it a bit 2. Okay. Distortion. Let's give it 2. 4. Okay. Scale to be Yeah, I think this is better. Think of like this. Let's see how it looks like. So yeah, this is it guys. If you like my video, please subscribe and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.